Ramily, Ramily, Ramily. It's game day, right? It's that time. Grind time, baby. I figured I'd come on, do a live stream. Just getting a lot of anxiety. I'm ready for this one. Let me put this on Twitter. I'm ready for this one, Ramily. It's a big moment. Rams going to Detroit to take on the Lions. Rams are 3-point underdogs, 3.5 on some sites. Big game. Matthew Stafford, I keep thinking about this game. I don't see Stafford going into Detroit and letting these guys beat him. I feel that Stafford got way too much pride to let Jared Goff take him out. Jared Goff, granted, he did a lot of good things for the Rams. Shout out Drew. I think the Rams blow them out, to be honest. I'm with you, man. I got the score 30-21. But obviously, just because we win by 9 doesn't mean we're not going to be up by 14, and then they get some late garbage time scores going. But yeah, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok right now. Just wanted to hop on, talk the game, leave some comments if you guys want to talk about it. I know all of us Rams fans, we're ready. We're anxious. Like, it's awesome that we're Sunday night, but it's also like it's a whole day. This morning I was with my son's football coaching that, and now it's like it's game time. Can the game start? The Bills are playing tomorrow, so we only have 2 games today. We have the Packers and Cowboys. I will be watching that. That'll obviously help out, kill some time. But overall, I just want to get to the game. I just want to take a long nap, wake up. It's game time. These Lions fans have been running their mouth. They're very confident. Very, very confident because, beating Nick Mullins twice in the last 3 weeks will do that to you. But if Nick Mullins did what he did to Detroit, there ain't no way the Rams ain't going to. Matthew Stafford isn't going to expose that secondary. Um, Aiden Hutchinson, beast. That's one guy. Only guy to have over 35 pressures on that D line, Aiden Hutchinson, had over 100. Everyone else under 35. The Rams' O line has been playing very, very good. 6th in the league in sacks allowed. Now you got to remember, one game we allowed 6 sacks to the Bengals because Zach Thomas came in at left tackle for Alaric Jackson. One of the stupidest moves the Rams made this year, besides not signing a good backup like Brett Ripon, having him start. Stupid move. So, a lot of stuff was inflated from that game. But this Rams O-line has had plenty of games where they have allowed no sacks. And that's great for a guy like Stafford. I do expect the Lions to blitz a lot in this game. I'm definitely expecting them to do what Wink Martindale did from the Giants and just blitz. But the good thing is, we just went through that with the Giants. So we got exposure to 5 men running at our quarterback. Good thing is, we have a lot of great wide receivers that could be underneath. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nakua, Demarcus Robinson, and Kyron Williams out the backfield. This Rams offense is stacked. They're loaded. Lions are in for a big headache trying to stop this team because we also have Tyler Higbee. I don't see the Lions stopping us much. I don't see us punting much. The only weak spot the Rams have is special teams. But Khalif Raymond is not active today. Their punt returner. So they'll probably have Donovan Peoples Jones kick returning. Secondary, that's something that you hear a lot about when it comes to the Rams because of blown coverages versus the Ravens, Saints, Commanders, and Giants. Good thing is it happened in the regular season. Raheem Morris sees this. He is going to fix and adjust it. Another key to helping that secondary is getting inside pressure on Goff. The Rams have faced a ton of mobile quarterbacks lately. This will be the least mobile quarterback we faced all year. All year. Um, that's great because we are one of the worst teams at generating edge pressure. But we are the number one team at inside pressure, led by the GOAT, Aaron Donald, and the defensive rookie of the year, Kobe Turner. That is going to be a headache for Goff. You have the veteran and the young fella on the same page right now. And they've been on the same page since the bye week, really, because Kobe Turner really started off slow this year. So that's going to be great inside pressure. But to get those situations, the Rams will have to stop the run. Together, Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery have over 2,000 rushing yards. A very good 1-2 punch, maybe the best 1-2 punch in football. But the Rams have only allowed one person to go over 100 yards on them, and that was Christian McCaffrey back in week 2. The Rams' run defense is very good. What we do is we stop that run. We did it against the Giants with Barkley. We did it against the Saints with Kamara. When you do that, you really put the ball in the quarterback's hands and make them beat you. We have to stop the run, and then we have to get pressure, right? Like when we did stop the run against the Giants, Tyrod Taylor, a mobile quarterback, was able to make some big plays. When we stopped the run against the Saints, a not so mobile quarterback, Derek Carr, was able to make some plays, although it was a blowout and he made these plays late. Goff could definitely pick you apart if you don't get pressure. That's one thing I think all of us Rams fans can agree on. That was one thing he was good at, but one thing he was bad at was pressure in his face, not able to make the right reads, fumble because he has small hands, and throw an interception. Abraham Garcia says it's only on Peacock and NFL Network. It's going to be on NBC, so you're good to go. You don't have to worry about Peacock. So that's going to be huge, stopping the run and letting Goff beat you. That's what I want. And I do feel the Lions are going to do the same thing. They're going to try to take Kyron Williams out the game because we know that when Kyron gets going, this team is unstoppable. We barely lose when he gets over 80 yards rushing. I think we've only lost one time. And we barely lose when he's there. The games he was out were 1-3 this year. I'm not going to count the last game of the year, but if I did, 2-3. But 1-3 when we're putting all our starters out there was our record without Kyron Williams. This offense really missed Kyron, who really is our Todd Gurley. Matthew Stafford has never had a running back get back-to-back 100-yard games in his career. And Kyron Williams did it 3 games in a row. So this is by far the best running back Matthew Stafford has had. Now, I know the Lions are number 2 against the run, but they have never faced, horns up, they have never faced a running back like Kyron Williams. What's up, Nick Talks LA? Thank you for dropping in. Make sure to smash that like button, fellas. They have never faced a running back like Kyron Williams. This zone run scheme McVay's going off with is great, especially when we run to the right side, right? Kevin Johnson is the biggest snub on the offensive line for the All-Pro team and the Pro Bowl. What a trade Les Snead made bringing this guy in. He's been dominating, and he's very good at run blocking. So when we run to the right side with Kevin Dotson and Rob Havenstein, this team is unstoppable. If we start getting these 2nd and 6s, 3rd and 2s, we're a very hard team to stop. The issue with the Rams when we had Henderson and Royce Freeman as our guys was we were losing yards on 1st down, or we were just getting to the line of scrimmage, making it 2nd and 10s, 2nd and 11s, 2nd and 9s. And Kyren Williams just does not do that. Kyren Williams gets us yards. Exactly, fat boy. Fat baby. The run opens up our play action. 100% agree with that. And when we get that time in the pocket with Stafford and we get that play action going, there's no team in the NFL that could stop this offense. You cannot double team Cooper Kupp. You cannot double team Puka Nacua. Because then guys like the other guy you're not doubling, or Demarcus Robinson, just absolutely shreds you. And then we could take a deep shot to Tutu Atwell, who has not played a lot because the Rams are a very dominant 3 wide receiver set offense. We're 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back. The pistol formation absolutely shreds defenses. So when we get this run game going, the Lions are going to be in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of pressure on Detroit. There's a lot of pressure on Detroit, right? Like Goff has to give them their 2nd playoff win in like the last 50 years. The Rams already won the trade. It was a great trade for both teams. But to say we lost, the trade is the stupidest thing you can say. We literally won a Super Bowl the same year. We did our job for that chapter. But this is the next chapter. Goff and company, this is their first playoff appearance, and I get it. They won the North. They haven't done that in so long. But Kirk Cousins got hurt. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Justin Fields missed games. It was easy. I mean, you had Nick Mullins. Then in Minnesota, you had Nick Mullins, Dobson. Green Bay, you had Jordan Love, first year as a starter. Green Bay is definitely a sleeper team as well. And then you had Justin Fields and that backup they had. Can't think of his name right now, but it's like Stafford never had it that easy. So the Lions fans are really hating right now. Nick says, I think the Rams will win through the air. I also believe Donald and Turner will get pressure and force turnovers. Yeah, exactly. They're going to get that pressure on the interior, and that's going to be huge. Sam Laporta's status, he is going to play, but he has a brace on. And I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I'm very active there, always sharing everything that's coming out, especially for our opponent that week. Sam Laporta has a brace on, does not look full speed, obviously. So I think the Rams are really going to test him, push him, get him going. I think he'll be very limited in this one. And obviously it's the playoffs. If not, he would definitely not be playing. I love Goff, but he'll give the ball to our defense. Yeah, absolutely. Last time we played Goff, he had 2 interceptions, including one in the end zone to Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, that Lions team was having plays called by Dan Campbell at that time, but with Ben Johnson, it's been a lot better of a team. Amon St. Brown has turned into one of the best receivers in football, who we have to watch. He's a yak god, most yak yards in the NFL. So you really have to watch out for Amon St. Brown. Typically, you would have to watch out for Laporta, but I do not think he's going to be playing all snaps, and I don't think he's going to be used that much, maybe in the red zone. Another key is the Lions' red zone defense is one of the worst in the NFL, while the Rams have one of the best red zone offenses in football. Huge key We get the ball in that red zone, we have to put it in the end zone. We all know our kicking woes. We have the worst kicking unit since 2001, 17 missed field goals, most in the NFL since 2001. It's absolutely horrible. We had Havrasek, horrible, had one good game against the Ravens, so then we let go of Mason Crosby, gave this guy trust, and then he just disappeared. Played poorly in the Giants game too, missed extra points. He's done. Brett Maher's back in. Really, he didn't have much more options, so we had to roll with it. But if he misses an extra point in this one or a field goal close, there's going to be no more extra points. It's going to be going for twos, just like Carson Wentz did last weekend. We won the game because of it. It's going to be straight up aggression. Fourth and threes, go for it. It's going to be a wild game. But I do think we get up with a big lead on them. I do think if there's one person that knows Goff better than anyone, it is Sean McVay. So I'm looking forward to that. If you're on TikTok right now, share this to the Ramily, like it. I appreciate you all. YouTube, same. Drew says, I see a lot of Detroit media talking smack everywhere on YouTube. People are counting the Rams out. Absolutely. I got into it with some Lions fans on Twitter, and I called them out. I said, let's get on the stream. Let's not talk text, right? Let's get virtually face to face. Let me see you talk that junk. Bunch of trolls. I guess it happens when you haven't experienced this. Your humility gets away from you and you start to become a jackass, right? The Lions fans, I bookmarked everything, so they better be ready because the Lions are done. Stafford is not losing this game. Call me cocky, confident, whatever. Stafford's not losing. Joe Clark, my man, your Giants. Thank you, because you guys were a huge test to us. Those blitz packages were amazing. You guys definitely put something on tape that the Lions are going to try to emulate. Good thing is, it happened in the regular season. The Rams are going to adjust to that. Close game, but I think it's the Rams. Yeah. If you want to post your score, Joe, I love to hear score projections as well. I have it at 30-21. On TikTok, Fat Baby says, our kicking is so bad, I think we should go for it on every fourth down. Yeah, exactly. I mean, why not? I think we're going to give Maher a chance, see what he can do. But last year with the Cowboys, the guy was just absolutely atrocious against Tampa Bay. Thank God they won that game. I think he missed 5 extra points, so horrible. Payo, my guy. Payo says, hey, bro. And yes, lots of bookmark tweets this week. Yeah, I just got to the point where I was done talking to these guys. You know, us Rams fans, we go at it with 49ers fans, right? A great team. I hate them, but at the end of the day, they can talk. They haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time, but they've won. They've made playoffs. They've won playoff games. They've made Super Bowls. They're always a top seed. They're always competing, right? Now, they're not on our level, but they're definitely more competition to argue with. I'm in New England, so I go at it with Patriot fans. That's as hard as it gets. Definitely easier now. But Lions fans, come on, man. Let's be serious. Yeah, Payo's in the building. Payo's always showing support, man. We've done a few streams together, so it's always good to get the Ramily together. Joe Clark, 24-17 Rams win. Closer game than the score indicates. Okay. Joe, I'm sure you're excited to watch this one. You get to relax, chill, no anxiety. You get to look forward to the draft. Possibly Jaden Daniels for you guys at pick 6. Ramsaholic, my man, Cool Bro. Cool Bro could talk junk with the best of them, man. He's always in our NFC West network show. Tuesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I personally would love the Rams to play with the lead. Let's see Goff play catch up. Yeah, I think we have to. I love when the Rams defer. I love to get the ball at the half because There was a point in time where McVay was 40 something and 0 with the lead at the half, but last year really diminished every stat that we had going for us with the horrible injuries. But let's put the ball in Goff's hand at first. I want to see what they got. I want to see what they do. Rams do typically struggle on first drives. So if we can stop them on that first drive, get them to punt, we'll be looking sharp. But there's a big chance they could put points on the board. Because we start slow, but then our defense just adjusts good. That's what I love about Raheem Morris. Underrated thing about him, he adjusts. Second half adjustments, second quarter adjustments. After that first drive, he sees what you're doing. He's a big believer in studying film to a T, and he will know what this Lions team's doing. They are very creative offense, but they can be predictable at times. Yeah, Payo's killing it. It's good. Ramley, thank you all for tuning in. Smash the like, all that good jazz. So I have it. So Nick has it 34-28. I have it pretty close. I definitely think it's possible to get a huge lead. I think McVay will have us adjusted to be aggressive. So my prediction may vary. Yeah, I think with the way LaFleur's been coaching our offense, McVay is really going to be with Raheem Morris this week. Like, I feel they were eating dinner together, breakfast, lunch, maybe had a few sleepovers. McVay has that grin on his face. He is excited for this. Now, the narrative is Goff revenge game, right? Um, I second. I don't second that. I disagree with that. He got paid, right? After 2 good years with McVay. His first year with Jeff Fisher was horrible. But then when Mc came to town, guy threw 60 touchdowns in 2 seasons. Big digression came after he got paid. We gave him chances. We were going nowhere. We were going to go down fast. Big reason we had to throw 2 first-round picks on top of Goff and a third for Stafford. Like, the Goff from the first 2 years of McVay probably could have been an even swap for Stafford. But because how poorly he played and how much of a turnover machine he gave us no value, and we had to get rid of him. No one really wanted Goff. After Belichick exposed him, no one wanted Goff. All right. Cool Bro says, hopefully we win or CG will start roasting me. Nah, CG's a cool dude, man. He won't do that. Question. Thoughts on that Lions, Thunder, and Lightning run game? Yeah, so you got the Lightning, Jahmyr Gibbs. The Thunder is David Montgomery. We can stop them. We could definitely stop them. Barkley, Kamara, Christian McCaffrey. We've been tested. James Conner. We've been tested with great running backs. One thing that you're going to like about Jahmyr Gibbs being in the game, though, is his pass protection is horrible. He's one of the worst pass blocking backs in football. So it's going to be a great day for Ernest Jones. Now, Ernest Jones has 4.5 sacks. He could easily have 2 in this game. When we see Jahmyr Gibbs in there, Ernest Jones will have to line up on his side. If he's at the right, go to the right. Left, right? Bring that blitz. A lot of people are calling for zero blitz. It's a risky play because you leave your secondary very thin, and they have a very good offensive line. But I like blitz in 5, and I like that matchup of Ernest Jones and Jahmyr Gibbs a lot. Gibbs is a very good rookie pass catcher, but if he's there protecting Goff, he's going to get eaten up. Cool, bro. Happy birthday, man. Hopefully we win for you, right? I'm saying hopefully, but I'm very confident. Inked Gain says, this game will depend on Kyren Williams and our kicker Maurer. Well, I hope that it does not rely on Maurer at all. Hopefully we just keep that lead and we don't have to worry about Maurer much. Kyren Williams, he's matchup proof. He just had a week off. He's going to be fresh. No one can really stop like the Browns, Ravens. But we've played good run defenses. The Saints. We'll see what the Lions got in their number 2 ranked run defense. But if you look at running backs they faced, that's a big part of why they are number 2. When you play AJ Dillon twice, Ty Chandler, like come on, man. Um, Nick says, I don't think of this as a revenge game, not for anyone. I think of it as a playoff game, and if we win, advance. We advance. If we lose, we don't. I'm focused on winning, not the emotional. Yeah, the storyline is still going to be there no matter what. And, like you could see here on my screen share, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. The game ain't starting at 7:30, but they're going to be killing the storyline for that 45 minutes before kickoff. They're going to be feeding it down. But Goff's even said like he's had a chip on his shoulder since that trade. So he's taking it personal. I've never been the type to see like someone get a raise or a promotion at work and then completely shit the bed for their boss and not live up to that pay raise. And then you get let go, right? Are you going to be mad? It was on you. It was on Goff's performance. He's the reason he got traded. Um, that's just my 2 cents. You got paid. We paid you, man. But now you're about to get your ass worked. I want to get the ball deep downfield. Yeah, on this secondary, you definitely can. Tommy in the chat, 49er fan. Payo says, happy birthday, cool bro. Yeah, definitely happy birthday. Silly Fungi says, let's go Rams. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Thank you for tuning in, though. I love Goff, but he threw too many interceptions. Yeah, definitely. But Payo says, thoughts on Rams secondary versus Lions wide receivers? I mean, I trust our secondary way more than their secondary. DVOA rankings, we've gotten better since the bye week, believe it or not. And it just seems like the Rams let their foot off the gas. So they give those boom plays to Washington, to the Saints, to the Giants, the Ravens. They busted coverage. I think the Rams are going to lock in. I think with Charles Gardner Johnson that the Lions secondary is definitely better now than it was just a few weeks ago, but we could definitely exploit them. There's just too many weapons on the Rams side to stop, right? Like they got Amon St. Brown, and then it's a big, big, big drop off to Josh Reynolds and Jameson Williams, right? Absolutely huge. Jameson Williams was the number 12 pick last year, has 400 career yards receiving. Now I know he was hurt and he got suspended, but 400 yards, that's a big drop off. Rams, I mean, and Sam Laporta is an option too, but he's limited. I'm not really relying on him that much. I mean, I think they'll use him a lot in the goal line, but he is not going to be close to what he's been all season. Now on the Rams, you got a Cooper Kupp, right? That just had a week off. So that's 2 weeks off for Kupp. Kupp is going to go off in this playoffs. Mark my words. The Puka man has been running the season. But Cooper Kupp, this is why he's here. This is why he plays football. He was very quiet in a lot of games this year, right? We were trying to keep him healthy for this. In case we made the playoffs, we knew who we needed to win it all. And it's Cooper Kupp at 100%. Lions got to cover Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson, who's turned into a little Odell Beckham Jr. in the last 5 weeks. They got to worry about Kyren Williams. You always got Tyler Higbee. You have Davis Allen. You have Tutu Atwell if you want to throw him in there. It's loaded. And then, like I said, their secondary, it's not scary. It's actually, they let Nick Mullins shred them, and his interceptions really gave the Lions those wins. Tommy says it's going to be a good game regardless. Yeah, your 49ers got the bye week, so you could just relax, drink a beer, and chill. Michael Wright says, "Are you worried about the rushing attack versus this Lions defense?" Yeah. So I keep talking about it. They're number two versus the run, but Kyron Williams is matchup proof. The man runs hard. He's a St. Louis Rams fan. If none of you knew that, he actually grew up a Rams fan. Actually has a picture with Steven Jackson when he was a little kid. So imagine us, right? You know, being as physically gifted as these guys, working as hard as they did, and growing up as a Rams fan. And now you get your opportunity to put on a Rams jersey, primetime, week one of the playoffs. Kyron Williams is going to go off, man. He had his little bad game against Washington with 2 fumbles, but he hasn't fumbled since. And I really think we're going to get the run game going. That's what I think. Now, McVay is a crazy guy. He could want to just have Stafford throw it down these guys' throat. And that's cool and all, but I think we play a lot better when we get the run game going. Um, and statistically, the numbers don't lie. Our record when we rush for 80 yards with Kyron is a lot better than when we don't. So I really feel we have not seen this Ram team. Yeah, no, you're going to see the best Rams tonight. Remember another thing, right? The Rams just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. They have that same core intact. 2 years ago, we had the media on us. We were all in. That was pressure. That was immense pressure. Us as fans felt it. Everybody felt it, right? Now, we're playing with house money. When you play with house money, that's dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Goff has pressure. I really think he is going to let his emotions get the best of him. He has that chip on his shoulder, right? But just like in boxing, MMA, when you fight with emotions, right, because your opponent got in your head, you typically lose. You have to be calm. You have to be a quiet assassin, right? No emotions. And what pressure do we have, right? What, we have pressure because we're going to Detroit week one of the playoffs when we just won a Super Bowl? No. Stafford's 4-0 with the Rams in the playoffs. He loves Detroit. He loves the city. But at the end of the day, he's going there to whoop some ass. Yeah, Cup, man, I would be scared shitless if I had to. I think Branch is going to be covering him in the slot, and we'll see. Yeah. I play DFS, and hopefully no one in the chat is playing with me, but that's who I have. I have Stafford and Cup stat going. And I have Demarcus Robinson. He's 3,600 on DraftKings. I'm excited to see Cup in playoff form. He had an extra week of rest. Yeah, we've seen throughout this year, Cup would go on and runs. Would he get 100 yards? And then we'd see him get sub 50 yards, right? You're going to see him go off. He knows what it is. He's going to leave it all on the line now. He doesn't have to worry about his body. He's going to leave it all on the field. I can't wait. Let's hope staff can come up with crazy calls. Yeah, the silent count, Havenstein already talked about it. Rams always use it. Playing at SoFi, you have to. I still question why they didn't rest their starters. If they lose, it's on Dan. So let's look at a game that we just had yesterday, right? Houston. They were in survival mode. Didn't set any starters. Of course, they had to win to get in. Cleveland sat everybody. And they came out really flat yesterday and they got smoked, right? So it could go both ways. I think there's definitely a point taken on what you say because they have no experience. They have a lot of rookies. They're very young. Why not? Um, Rest some of them, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't feed too much into that because you could see both sides of it. I think with the Rams it makes sense because we have experienced guys that have been there, done that. So we really didn't need to throw them out there. But we'll see. We still played a lot of starters against the 49ers. All right, cool, bro. Thanks for dropping by, bro. Nick says, do you think Goff's chip on his shoulder that he will play good with pressure or worse? I think he will play worse. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. I think he's gonna play worse. It's super tough, like when you play with emotions, and you can really make mistakes. You're gonna force things that probably aren't there. It's mental warfare in sports. You have to be strong mentally. Goff's a very good quarterback, but he's not better than Stafford. That's for sure. Yep. Um, so yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I just wanted to. Oh, TJ the goat. I have it at 30-21. Rams, of course. But you know, I'm sure if you're not a fan of either team, you're really gonna enjoy this one. I think there's a lot of good games. I think the Packers Dallas is a good one. Don't sleep on the Packers. They won 9 of the last 10 versus Dallas. Granted, it was Aaron Rodgers, but they could have their number. We'll see. That would be good for us if we want to have a home game at SoFi. We kind of need Green Bay to win, and then they'll play San Fran. And if we win, we would play Tampa Bay or Philly. So imagine if we have to play. We go from playing golf to Baker Mayfield. It'll be cool. But one game at a time, Ramley. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, Stafford's jersey's banned in Detroit. That's wild, man. That's gonna make it worse for them. All this stuff, he's gonna see it. He's gonna play super hard. But everyone, take care of your loved ones. Take care of yourself. I'm your boy Ramsaholic, and I'm out.